Yo, what's going on right now? Let's turn the gain down on my microphone a bit, huh? How's that sound? How's everybody doing? My goal for today? Make some maps. That's all we want. Yo, homies reading books out there? Let's go. Alright, here's what I also want to know. I think I've found a way to not have that ridiculous delay on my streams, yeah. So I want you all to get ready. I want you all to get your little keyboards out. And I'm going to count down from 5. When I reach 0, I want you to press enter on whatever stupid thing you have in chat, alright? So I'm going to give us just a little bit for nothing, alright? Actually, let's have something we say. Why don't we all say Among Us all together? We all say Among Us together on 0. All right, you guys ready for this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Should have some Among Us's rolling in. Come on, where's those Among Us's? Apparently there's still that delay, but you know what? That's fine. There's the Among Us. Alright, so that's the delay you're working with, if you guys are wondering, you know. That's the delay. Not too bad. Maybe 15 seconds. It's not like the minute and a half or whatever the last stream was. That was full-on ridiculous. Zam, just unplugged my headphones. So unprofessional here. Alright guys, hope you guys are ready for a good stream tonight, because we are back with the map. Let's get some different music in here. Here we go. Alright. There we go. Let's take a look at what we've all been waiting for. There it is. There's the world map. Get shot up again. Our beautiful world map. Now I'm going to cut this stream off at 8:30. Another 2.5 hours worth of world history is going to happen right now. Right in front of you. So what's happening? I'm going to start off by recoloring South Africa here. It looks... There shouldn't be two countries bordering each other with the same color. So apparently I missed that. We'll just act like that all looks alright. I think I'll retype Lesotho and Eswatini. But... I know you already know the deal. You just go ahead and say what happens in chat, and you know what? We'll roll for it. We'll find out truly if that happens. You guys know the rules. There are none. There are no rules, so you should be pretty good. Just doing a little bit of cleanup here. I forget what this country was called. I just had it in front of me too. It's one of the stranger names. Eswatini. Great. There we go. Did a little bit of fixing. Little bit of fixing. Which continent hasn't been touched much? Well, I'd say, I mean, most of the action has been in Europe, Asia, and America. So, South America and Africa have been relatively unchanged. I mean, there's been a little bit of war happening here, but I've kind of been making that happen. And Rwanda exists. That was from me. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot has happened. I mean, obviously, South America's had a lot happen, but not too much. So, what's up? What's gonna happen next? Right? These are the questions we need to ask. And I'm still going to make it clear, right? Just list off a few of the things you can do. You can rename a country, right? These names are not final. You can go for revolution in a country, or even a civil war in a country. You can break a country apart in that way. There's a few things you can do. You can move stuff around. Samoa must become Dwayne. Well, let me see if I even have a Samoa on this map. I forget if it's here. It's probably not there. I'm pretty sure we don't have a Samoa. So Samoa can't become Dwayne because we don't have one. In case you can't tell, I'm not really too concerned with any of the only island nations for the most part. Right, so Samoa, unfortunately, not gonna really have much happen. Just the way it is. Same with Grenada. Nothing really in Grenada, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'll just roll over all of the island nations. I mean, these guys didn't even get colored in. In fact, you know what? The ocean's getting higher. Boom. Sorry. Batman Glass 2 versus Batman Glass. We'll make it happen. Okay, so these two obviously bitter rivals. One stole each other's name and shape and everything. So they're obviously not too happy about that. Both rolling D20s here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Batman Glass rolls a 17. This means Batman Glass 2 must roll higher than that to win the war. Batman Glass 2 rolls an 8. That's not very good for Batman Glass 2. Which will also prompt their name to be erased. Not because they're gone, but because we're going to have a smaller area for them. Remember correctly, our lines are 5 pixels. And I think that they get this section here. All goes to Batman Glass. Impressive! Quite impressive indeed. And now this is Batman Glass 2. So a little bit of conflict to start off the night. We'll see what happens further, but this is already shocking. Two fairly peaceful countries. Last bit. They've been fairly peaceful, but now they're fighting each other. Something kind of strange. So we'll see what happens next, right? Because there's a lot that's left to happen. There's a lot of possibilities here. A lot of countries with their same names. Green and land fight again. The fight that never ends. Both of them equally matched. Both D20s. Green rolls a 14. An above average roll. A respectable roll. But let's see what land retaliates with. A 10. This border has been nothing but controversy here. And we're going to continue to see this border as it changes slowly. Border pushed back here. Land used to be the ruler of this island, but now Green has got something to say about that. Alright. Green pushing that border back further. Regaining the glory it once had. Maybe all of Greenland will reunite under Green and land. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the future looks like. But there's your Green and land conflict right there. Breaking news, Green and land still can't get there. Yeah, they can't. They're bitter enemies, these two. They're bitter enemies. Made from a civil war, both of them wanting to reunite Greenland. Each of them adopting a one Greenland policy. They don't recognize the other. They both lay claim to the entire Greenland, but who knows? Maybe it'll leave them in a position weak for Quebec to come in and try and take more, or maybe even Faziland will try and take it and go in with maybe invasion on Quebec. Who can tell? Greg and Ori have another fight. All right. Now, this is another one from a civil war. This used to be a full island named Gregory, but not anymore. Greg goes ahead and rolls a 4. Not looking good for Greg. Ori rolling a 14. Reuniting the island. This is great to see. And they're holding, it appears like sounds like they're holding a petition to change the name back to Gregory. It's not quite going, but it sounds like there might be a name change here. Alright, and they are getting a name change. It's too big for the island, which is peculiar, but let's see here. What are they naming it? Gregorian Ori. Actually, it fits right in there. Fits nicely. It's going to look kind of fuzzy because it's at this angle, but you'll get used to it with time. Gregorian Ori, a new country. Alright. Spamming loading signs in the chat, not sure why. I mean, I can't really see my stream, so I mean, if stream's taking a nosedive, you might as well tell me, but had an interesting start. A few little differences now on the map, as you can no doubt tell. For anyone who might be tuning in, I mean, I can't see how many people there are, but again, land in green, a continued conflict. A reunited Iceland. And the Batman glasses, no longer peaceful. What might come of this? Oh no, this seems like another fight is breaking out right now. Jimmy's mom plus America City versus A Mongolia plus Julian and Faziland. Okay, this is significant. Jimmy's mom really seems to want this back. We'll see what happens. So, Jimmy's mom and America City, both D20s, Titans. Together they roll a 20. Oh no. Because A Mongolia is a D20, Faziland is also a D20 now, and Julian's a D4. A Mongolia and Faziland plus Julian, together they roll 31. Pushing Jimmy's mom back and making further tensions over here. But for now, A Mongolia takes a significant portion of Jimmy's mom. How significant, you may ask? Well, they expand their borders all the way out and up and through to here, taking almost the entire eastern half of Jimmy's mom. This is incredible. A huge fight on this front continued showing from A Mongolia. They are strong and they know it. They know that they can fight, and they will probably push back Jimmy's mom for as long as they can. But it sounds like with this, Mongolia is afraid. Mongolia does not want to have to deal with A Mongolia, so they're partnering up with both America City and Jimmy's mom. Mongolia is now an ally in this two sides. Sounds like more fighting in Mexico. Chihuahua, me, Mexico, and Yucatan are about to brawl it out, it sounds like. Each one about to try and gain as much as they can. Sounds like they're all gonna try and take Mexico first. So each time, we're gonna have 3 different wars here. Chihuahua versus Mexico. Right? There's 2 D20s. Chihuahua rolls a 20. Oh no, this can't be good for Mexico, especially if they roll a 4. Mexico has fallen. And now we will see a new reign here of Chihuahua. Exactly what the other Mexican states did not want to see. So they will fight back. Because Chihuahua is spread pretty thin. Brand new country. They're spread thin. And both me and Yucatan, we know it. They know it. So me, with the force of a D20 against Chihuahua with the force of a D12. The D20 rolls a 15, more than the D12 could ever offer. And the D12 with a 7. This is not good, because that means that me is going to take a significant portion as well. Not taking much to the north, respecting the boundaries that were set earlier in the Civil War, but instead taking a significant portion to the south. Something like that. But Yucatan is ambitious. Yucatan is quite ambitious and would in fact quite like to gain back more of the Mexican land. They are not here to respect the borders that once were. Not nearly as much. Yucatan is also a D20, but me didn't lose a whole lot in that fight. Me is still at a D20. So me will roll 19 and Yucatan rolls a 3. Yucatan completely falls. There is absolutely no more Yucatan. A whole country eliminated like that. This also means that we have to change the color of Guatemala, or actually change the color of this around a little bit, so that way we may be back to the having the 4 colors as they should be. So this sounds to me like we're gonna have to take this color, dump it right in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and take this color, dump it right in there. Let's remake that name real quick, and then the Mexican Wars will be done. And there we go. War in Mexico has eliminated 2 Mexican countries, leaving only Chihuahua and me. This is an incredible development. Maybe a possibility for a reunified Mexico in the future. And hope for the Mexican citizens that want that reunification. There was many benefits in having the one unified Mexico back when it was the case. Many economic benefits, leading it to be a very powerful country, but now this is a problem. Honduras is now Honda Civic. Perfect. Honduras going under some changes with a new name. We now have the country, Central American country of Honda Civic. So some changes. We've seen tonight some changes in the world map. We're only 15 minutes in. Some big potential changes we might see. With wars in Mexico, we might see wars in Central America. And we might see a full reunified Central America. Potentially even a Central America and Mexico, or even an alliance of sorts. Anything is possible at this point. Anything. We will just have to wait and see what is going to happen. Some significant things have happened, though, so far. Some things we might want to explore some more. Maybe some old conflicts that might come back up. Oh, speaking of old conflicts, it sounds like the new British Empire is looking for more. New British Empire looks like it wants to invade further into Africa. So, it's going to try and take the Western Sahara. So, the New British Empire and Western Sahara are not equally matched. Certainly not. The New British Empire has a D20 on their side, while the Western Sahara only has a D10. This means the Western Sahara is going to go ahead and roll a 9. A significant force to push back the New British Empire, which rolls 18. Not enough. The Western Sahara is taken completely. And now the Western Sahara is gone. All in favor of the new British Empire. Only time can tell how successful this new empire is going to be. But it has had great success so far. And who knows? They have already quickly become a major world power. Even just with their little bit. But with a foothold in Faziland, you know they're strong. There's now conflict down south, down the southern hemisphere. Don't hear much about the southern hemisphere. But now we do. Because Human and Argentina are going to do battle. Both of them equal with D20s. They are exactly what you would expect. Precisely what you would expect. For two countries that have not gone to war yet. But Human and Argentina are now going to war. Each with a D20. Human rolls a 3. They are not seeming good. The enemy is combative. Is chasing them away with a 19. Not only chasing them away, but chasing into their own territory. And that invasion is so successful that Human falls in favor of new Argentinian rule. Argentina is now controlling the majority of South America. Now, obviously now in the real world, South America is a big player, but maybe not the first big player you might think of. But now, oh, how the tables have turned. Is now a major player in this game. Argentina. An unexpected one, certainly. But definitely a big one. Especially considering how significant, obviously, Human was. Now with both Argentina and Human unified under the same rule, this is scary. And who knows, maybe Argentina will be looking for more. They must rebuild for now, though. They must rebuild. Let's make that text nice and big. As I've said previously, big countries deserve the biggest of names. Argentina is not something to play with right now. Not in the slightest. Argentina is here to stay. Sounds like there's even more conflict here. Jimmy's mom is not happy about this, but is happy about its new its new partnership with Mongolia. Mongolia, another D20 state. This means that now for certain, the blue territories have more than the orange territories. So now they shall do battle, and Mongolia will join in with Jimmy's mom to fight against A Mongolia. But apparently, for some reason, it sounds like... Oh wow, it sounds like Julian has gotten significantly stronger. Julian now, instead of a D4, a D10. That's big for a nation like Julian. Julian is not in a good economic situation, but they have beefed up their military. So America City, Jimmy's mom, and Mongolia all roll together with 3 D20s, fighting with a force of 34. Less than expected. Mongolia apparently not pulling their full weight. This is a 34 versus 2 D20s and a D10. 23. Jimmy's mom is going to retake a significant portion of its northern half. This is great for Jimmy's mom. Jimmy's mom has wanted to see this for a while. Do they have their full glory back? No. They have this, though. Which, it's something. Don't think they're too happy about getting just that, though. I think they wanted to absolutely crush A Mongolia and become full Asian power. That won't be the case, though, but A Mongolia taking the front on the west. What does this mean for A Mongolia? Well, Mongolia is obviously going to be taking a significant portion of A Mongolia. How significant? You know what? Not terribly, I'll be honest. But this is still an important amount of land for A Mongolia. It's a lot to lose. It's a whole lot to lose. Not exactly what you'd want to see either. So, didn't want that to happen. There we go. Not A Mongolia, but just regular Mongolia expands. This is the result of the war. But it sounds like they're talking. And it sounds like Stanhampton Union and A Mongolia are going to partner up. Now this we didn't quite see coming. But it also makes sense. They're very close by each other. And so, this is what will be happening. They're partnering up. They're afraid of Mongolia and Jimmy's mom, what they may bring upon A Mongolia and Stanhampton Union. Yes, trade has been negotiated. They are now joined together. We are potentially seeing the breakout of a world war. One in which every country gets involved, picks a side. Right now, both sides are relatively close to being equal. I mean, Julian has had a bit of a beefed up economy, but Jimmy's mom, America City, and Mongolia are a solid alliance. Iran becomes Iran. Civil war in Iran. This is not something that you wanted to see or that you would have expected. But civil war in Iran nonetheless. Splitting the country into both I and run. There's the Iranians and the Iranians. They are fighting against each other. Both with D20s. I rolls a 1. And run Run rolls of 15. How significant. I don't even have to recolor this country. Because I run. I run. Or actually just run. Has not exactly gone through a civil war, but instead a revolution. Now, what was this civil war all about? It was about which side to take. Now, I didn't pre-establish which side was which, so we're just gonna go with randomness here. So, if it's a 3 or a 4, it will be for the A Mongolia side. If it's a 1 or a 2, it will be Jimmy's mom, of course, rolling a D4 here. That's a D6. That's another D6. The D4 rolls a 1, joining Jimmy's mom. Some significant side building right now. Everyone needs to know who's on whose side. It sounds like everyone's gonna find out really quickly here. Oh, invalid value. I didn't make an invalid value, thank you. Let's redraw this line here so we know which one's Armenia. It's too big to actually put in there. We are now looking at this situation. A lot of partnerships around the world. Run is not the most capable country right now. Another 10. Another 10, but that also means that now America City, Jimmy's mom, Run, and a Mongolia alliance has the same strength as the A Mongolia, Stanhampton Union, Julian, and Faziland alliance. Hang on, Georgia? You didn't know that Georgia's a country? You didn't know that Georgia's a country? Come on, Stalin was from Georgia. Joseph Stalin was from Georgia. And you didn't know this was a country. Okay. Okay. Guess if that's how you feel about Georgia, we'll make it George. We'll make it George, just for you. Just so you can feel better about it, about not thinking that Georgia's a real country. It is. It's a real country. And I'm a full 97% sure that Joseph Stalin was born in Georgia. But now it's just George. Georgia was a thing of the past. George is a thing of the present. Speaking of the present. Oh, never mind. I don't even need you to tell me what to do because there's some fighting up here. Now, between the New British Empire and Cheeseland, they're on somewhat shaky friendly terms right now. They're acting like they don't want a war with each other. We all know they do. But instead, Cheeseland is looking to expand into Central Europe and down to the Balkans. And it sounds like they're going to start that off by trying to invade Austria. Both of them. Well, Cheeseland's a D20. Austria is a D12. Cheeseland rolls a 13, beating up anything that the D12 could provide, but provides a 5. Does that mean Austria's gone? Actually, yeah. Austria could not survive a hit like that. Otherwise, they'd be pushed so small that they'd become, well, obviously too small to run itself. Or even easier for Cheeseland to continue in and actually finish the job. So, Cheeseland wins and also takes Liechtenstein. No more Liechtenstein. Sorry. Cheeseland has now fully engulfed Switzerland. Switzerland does not feel very happy about that. George versus Jimmy's mom. Jimmy's mom has decided to invade George. Now, if this goes through, and Jimmy's mom is successful, they will go more into run, and obviously they want that. So Mongolia supporting Jimmy's mom. No other support from any other states, though. That's a D40 against Georgia's D12. That's difficult. Jimmy's mom and Mongolia together roll a 32. And George rolls a 4. Not only is George gone, but Armenia is also gone. They decided not to just stop with George, but they took Armenia too. Took it right with them. Now, how will this land be partitioned between the two allies? Well, that's quite simple. Jimmy's mom gets to claim all of this. And then Run. Oh, get this. Run also takes this part of Azerbaijan, because no one cares about this part of Azerbaijan. If you care about that part of Azerbaijan, don't let me know. And there we go. This Armenian label can now not be there. Thank you. I also hate these kind of labels, so glad to see that it's not there anymore. But I will say, because of this, Azerbaijan is now panicking, doesn't like its position, and so it comes to A Mongolia for help. Now, both A Mongolia and Faziland know what it was like to be a small nation before. They've had a very quick past. Very sudden past. So Azerbaijan joins their union. Switzerland also is renaming itself. Switzerland is going to become a much different country. A country that is instead named Mustache. And that's Mustache. Uh-oh, breaking news. Mass flooding due to global air conditioning being broke. I'll say that this does happen, but only on a local scale. And by that, I mean, I'm going to use this opportunity to clean up the world a little bit. You know, get rid of a few of these. Who needs them? If you happen to live on one of these islands, I'm sorry, but I just haven't heard enough about your islands to care about them. Plus, they make geography tests harder, so I'll get rid of those ones. Oh, these ones have gotta go. Uh-oh. So now these ones, they're leaving. They're not there anymore. I'll say these ones are gone too. Don't know who owns that, but they don't anymore. And that's the important thing. These ones down here, if someone owns these, I don't know why. I don't know what strategic advantage owning those has. We'll just go through. Clean up. Clean up. Papua New Guinea can keep this island. There we go. Just on our way throughout all the major oceans to get rid of the small little islands that we don't care about. This probably includes Samoa. I don't care about Samoa very much. Sorry. We'll get rid of these little islands too. We'll keep the ones in the Mediterranean, but that's that for all the islands. America City has a Cold War with New British Empire. Cool. They have now stared at each other. What's next? What does Cold War mean? I'm not going to say that, but what I will say is that New British Empire set their sights on Long Island. On very Long Island. Well, America City let their overcompensation for something. to be squashed by the new British Empire? America City's only fighting on the home front, only trying to defend itself. America City does not want to try and invade the new British Empire. Because it feels like it's already manifested its destiny, but it doesn't want to see new British Empire do it. Both rolling d20s. New British Empire rolls a 4. And America City, as long as it's more than 4, it's 17. Keeps the island. And that's it. But now tensions are rising. The new British Empire might want to consider another way to start conquering more of America, if that's what they want. And believe me, these are the British. This is exactly what they want. Oh, apparently there's fighting right now between Burkina Faso and Ghana again. Gosh, whatever. I guess we'll go through this. They're equally matched. Ghana wants to become Long Ghana. You know, because Togo couldn't do it, so Burkina Faso rolls a 1. Ghana rolls a 17. This, of course, means that Burkina Faso is now gone, so good luck with that. Also, Ghana's going to change colors, because that's easier. So now Ghana's a bit bigger. Ghana just does this sometimes. I don't know, we just kind of let them do their own thing here in this corner of the earth. It's kind of like the... It's kind of like the... Well... I'm not sure exactly what metaphor works here, but this is just kind of whatever's happening here. Alright. This is now Ghana. Big Ghana, if I may add. Ghana looking to unify, you know, the southern, western Africa, potentially. But now Nintendo has set their sights on Kenya. Of course, that's probably because of the previous wars they've had together, where Kenya took these 2 islands directly from Nintendo. So they're angry about that. They're both equally matched, 2 d20s. Nintendo will roll 7. Kenya rolls a 9. This is not very good for Nintendo. They don't have a whole lot left for Kenya to take from them. So what will happen? Well, first and foremost, not that. But Kenya wants to take as much of Nintendo as possible. It's been a pretty obvious goal for them to incorporate their islands with their own. So now, the northern island of Nintendo has been taken and is now going to find its way right down here with the rest of Kenya. And boom, it's official. Nintendo now has no brim. This is sad. This is sad for Nintendo. What are they going to do about this? I don't know. This is obviously a very difficult situation for Nintendo. They might be looking at the end of their existence, even. Oh, and also severe flooding alert. Specifica is now gone, too, with the rest of those floods. Just kind of happened. You know, too bad that it happened, really. Wish it wouldn't have, but it did. Alright, so what is up next? What could possibly have next? Oh, I know. America City has a civil war. America City seemed rather united at this moment. They were all in the fight against Mongolia, but there's revolts. Where are these revolts? None other than Texas. Now, Texas has the right to secede at any moment. And what are they going to do? Well, they're going to do just that, folks. They're going to do just that. They're going to secede. Successfully. And now Texas is its own country. Oh. I want to make sure I've got this semi alright looking. That looks horrible. Shaky hands. Let's get this up in here. Let's find out what the rest of these tools do. I haven't messed with them much. What thickness has been decided to be out of the range? What does this do? What's the difference? Just want to make a straight line. What? We're going back to this. We're just going to deal with this slightly shaky Texas. I'll say that Texas don't look too bad, does it? And Texas, of course, has got a deep bond with Faziland, because they both were created out of similar situations, so they're immediately going to be joining that alliance. Now here's the problem, though. They haven't joined the alliance yet. They will, if their might as a nation is unchallenged, or is challenged successfully on the Texans' part. So America City needs to fight Texas to see if Texas has the right to exist as a country. So this is going to entail a D20 from America City and a D12 from Texas. But the Texan people are determined to not fall in the fate of Faziland. Or at least the previous Faziland. The one that was, roughly where Texas is now. But not the one that started in Alaska. That was a slightly different Faziland. They don't want to fall like Faziland did. They don't want to fall like the Confederacy did. Which, thank God the Confederacy fell. That would have been horrible if they didn't. But Texas now is doing their thing, but they've only got a D12 on their side. So that means Texas rolls an 8. This would mean America City would have to have a below average roll. We'll see. A D20 is rolled. It's a 17. Does this mean Texas does not exist? No. Texas still continues to exist. Its existence as a nation is certain. Texas exists. But maybe not as gloriously as the Texans would have wanted to. Because they exist kind of like that. Oh. That's how the Texans exist. Not this beautiful Texas you're looking at right now, but instead a much smaller, much less significant Texas. And now maybe the saying will change. Everything's small in Texas, perhaps. This is the Texas that we now get. A sad, sad little Texas. But a Texas nonetheless. And a Texas that is allied with both Faziland and Mongolia. Now, are the rest of the people in Texas angry about this? Yes, and could they revolt? Yeah, certainly. There could be a revolt from the rest of the Texan people. They could go to war again and take back the Texas that was once their Texas. Maybe even take back that great big historical Texas that it once was. But they've only got this Texas as of right now. Only time will tell what Texas will look like in the future. But they are now added to the Allies. Only a D4, right, on the global scale. But a D4 nonetheless, giving a Mongolian edge. An edge that's even greater, because both Azerbaijan and Texas have joined their forces. Now, what's next? Oh, I know what's next. A new bunch of allies. Because with these big threats around, and with the new British Empire and Cheeseland, two very, very powerful countries, something needs to happen. Not a new nation formed. Oh, this region knows all about ridiculous nations. But definitely some agreements here. They will be getting their own color. Their own separate color. What color should this one be? Let me see what all we've got for colors out right now. They could, of course, be a nice bright pink. A more vibrant version of pink. Let me see here. Maybe that pink. Now, let's see who all has joined. Both Greece, Albania, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, Serbia, Bosnia. It's just Serbia super off. So that's Serbia, Macedonia, and Kosovo. Croatia, Slovenia. Fill that out. Also Just Eat, and Rome 1.5, as well as Moldova. But I mean, it's Moldova. Now they're all joining together. All still separate nations, mind you. Oh, we all know what happens when nations in this little area combine. That's maybe not good, but instead this allegiance is purely political. Purely for the intent of potentially war. Meaning that this is the new most powerful alliance in the world. Central Europe and Southern Europe all got each other's backs. Making it seem like maybe not the best place for Cheeseland or Hamburger or any of them. New British Empire. This is not the ideal place for them to continue expanding. No, not anymore. Not anymore. And of course, this alliance is one that would be great for them to join in. Or for other countries to join in too, but we'll have to see what happens in the future. Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've joined as well. Truly a lot of nations are within this agreement. I'm not sure what city this agreement was signed in, because I happen to not know very many city names in this part of Europe. But, we'll say it was probably done in, like, Warsaw or Paris for some reason. No real good reason for it to have happened there, but you know what, it did. They just kind of felt like it. And now let's fill this in. That probably looks fine for now. And this has now happened. Dark green. Rome, the Byzantines, to war. What? The Athens coalition. Yeah, Athens is probably where this would have happened. Now this is huge. This is huge. These are a bunch of really dense nations. All very, very strong, by the way. Together, this is like probably 4 D20s worth of power right here. Very concentrated. And now that they're organized like this, oh, anything can happen. And it sounds like their first goal is to get back Austria. And they're going to do that. They are absolutely going to do that. Now, are they going to invade further into Cheeseland? No, they want to show Cheeseland that they are down to be kind of peaceful. So, Cheeseland versus the Athens coalition. Or the Balkan coalition, probably. To try and get Austria back. If Cheeseland somehow beats 4 D20s, they absolutely deserve to keep that. And they might even invade further if they're able to, but Cheeseland rolls a 17. Now, the Athens coalition will roll a 28. A weak showing, but they get Austria back. Let me look up Austria again so I can get that outline. Austria, not too crazy an outline. Not too crazy. What I'm talking about. It's in Europe. Of course its outline is ridiculous. That's way too big. There we go. There we go. There's your Austria. Austria now exists again. And, of course... Well, actually, you know what? I don't think Austria-Hungary is a good idea. I don't think we need to bring that back. I think we just have Austria. Good old Austria, back from the dead. Back from the dead. And now they're setting their sights this way. Karl Wieser. Why? I don't know. This also isn't one nation. These nations kind of disagree on whether or not to attack Karl Wieser. But just a little bit has prevailed. So only a D20 is going to be attacking Karl Wieser. So Karl Wieser versus this. A D20 versus a D20. Karl Wieser is going to roll a 19. And they're going to roll a 6. What does this mean for Karl Wieser? Great things. What does this mean for them? Bad things. Because they could not quite agree on whether or not to attack Karl Wieser, and then, therefore, didn't have the forces that they should have. A new line is drawn. A new line. A line that looks quite threatening here. Let me see if I can actually find a good spot for the line. It's going to look a little bit like this. Actually, just a moment. Alright, let me put this line down. It's going to look something like this. Look at that. Look at that game. Moldova is now gone. Rome 1.5 is now small. And now the authority of this region has been questioned. So now Karl Wieser, much larger country. Moldova, a much less existent country. let's get rid of these borders, because we all know Carl Weezer's too powerful. Too powerful to keep these borders around. There we go. Exactly what we would have wanted to see from Carl Weezer here. Exactly, at least what Carl Weezer wanted to see. You could be on any side you want. But the Carl Weezers are happy. Carl Weezer fans are happy for the nation of Carl Weezer. And of course, with a bigger country, again, comes a much bigger name. As Carl Weezer grows in power. Still, the Blues are quite a threat. Carl Weezer does not like that threat. So what's going to happen? Yet another agreement of nations. Now, what color are they going to be? They're going to be a full bright yellow. Now, these are nations that are just fighting to keep their existence going. That's all they want. And that's the basis upon which they have allied. They do not want Jimmy's mom to invade them again. They've had quite a past with Jimmy's mom, some of these countries, and they're ready to put that behind them. Now, let's make this smaller. Got Estonia. I believe underneath Estonia is Latvia. Yes, it is. We got the Latvia and then Lithuania. Latvia and Lithuania there. Belarus is also getting a new name. Jimmy Neutron. Now, of course, this has to do with their previous connection to Jimmy's mom. They've since broken apart. Alright. The Slavic nations. Now, these nations together will hold firm against Jimmy's mom should an assault come. Now, all of these countries here are very happy that this has formed. Very happy. New names all around as revolution takes place. A new name for Estonia. Turnia. Named, of course, after Timmy Turner. Latvia, the new name. None other than Sid. Why is it named Sid? No, not quite sure. Why does Lithuania stay Lithuania? I'm not certain. But what I do know is that the world is now combining. We are now seeing a lot forming. And we're going to see another one. Hamburger and Cheese Land. They are partnering up. Uh-oh. Don't want it to be Mustard Land. They are, of course, going to partner with Hamburger, right? But this isn't just a partnership. This is is entering the Empire. Hamburger and Cheeseland will now act as one. One big nation. A very, very strong nation. How big should their name be? That big? I think so. Cheeseburger Land. No, just cheeseburger. I like just cheeseburger. And of course, there's a hyphen. Because why wouldn't there be a hyphen? Now Cheeseburger has formed. It's seeming like a lot of the big countries of the world are forming together. And I feel that the world is on the brink of collapse. Or at the very least, the brink of a major, major war. Those countries which are not partnered up yet are considering the partnerships. Sounds like Batman Glass 2 is going to be joining the Oranges. The A Mongolia squad. Those that are not orange or blue, all they're looking for is a little bit of shelter from whatever chaos may break out between them. Batman Glass, shortly after Batman Glass 2 joins them, joins the Blues. This is a fight for God knows what. Nobody knows what's about to happen. Alright. It sounds like Jimmy's mom is going to try and take some of the Slavs. American City and Batman Glass aren't going to get involved in this one, but Mongolia and Run will. So, together, all three of them, 3 D20s, they roll a 40. Above average, but maybe not exactly what you would have wanted to see. Now, these 4 here are 2 D20s. But they're also getting aid from A Mongolia, Stanhampton Union, and Faziland. Julian's going to sit this one out, so will Azerbaijan and Batman Glass 2. But together, that's 3. Plus them, that's 4. And 4 D20s later, a 42. These countries will push into Jimmy's mom. Leaving Jimmy's mom in maybe not the best situation. Their authorities being challenged, and it seems to me that the Blues might be on the losing side of this war. Carl Weiser, of course, expanding out this way. Giving Jimmy Neutron all of this. This is going to be taken by Turnia. And Sid will be taking this. Significant gains. Significant gains by the Slavs. And also the gaining of an ally by everyone on the rest of that crew. On what's still left. On all of those allies there. Some big plays. Not only in the territory game, but also in the diplomatic game. You must remember that this game is much more than just the geography. No, no, no. There are negotiations that must happen. Some agreements that must happen. Some disagreements which must be settled. There's cultural stuff. There's all sorts of things. And also sounds like with this, there's been some talks between Sid and Lithuania. And now Sid and Lithuania have decided to join to create the Sid Lithuanian. Or Sidish Lithuania. Make that a lot smaller. There we go. Turnia. Getting a bigger name. Or at least a new spot for it. At the very least. Yes, Turnia's name will definitely be a little bit bigger. Jimmy Neutron is much larger too. Big differences have been made. And now their allegiance is firm. Now this begs the question, will those from Athens also join? Or will they continue to be off on their own, doing whatever it is they wish to do? I can't tell which will be the case. But all I know is that Carl Wieser is turning into a very big country. And now, World War. These tensions have been building up. And it is time for the Oranges and the Blues to finally fight. Now, there will be many different fronts to this war. And I'm going to start taking some notes. Give me just a moment, because I want to make sure that I know just what forces each side has. All right. So, all right, let's see. I've got the orange side down and then the blue side. All right. So the blue side may not be very big, but it is very powerful. America City, Jimmy's Mom, Mongolia, Run, and Batman Glass. Versus a big alliance. Faziland, Texas, Julian, Carl Wieser, Jimmy Neutron, the Siddish Lithuania, Turnia, Azerbaijan, Stanhamton Union, A Mongolia, and Batman Glass 2. It is time for war. So, let me calculate the power that each country has. Faziland, an easy 20. Texas, a D6. Julian has been building for this. That's why they haven't been involved in many of the recent wars. They've got a D20. Carl Wieser, after having that last war, stretched pretty thin, 12. Jimmy Neutron, also 12. Siddish Lithuania, also 12. Turnia, 10. Azerbaijan, 8. Stanhamton Union, 20. A Mongolia, 20. Batman Glass 2, 12. On the other side, America City, 20. Jimmy's Mom, 20. Mongolia, 20. Run, 20. Batman Glass, 20. Now, obviously, the Oranges are significantly stronger than the Blues. But the question is... The question still stands. Are the odds in their favor? Will their strategy work? There's multiple fronts to this war. They're each going to center around each of the blue nations and what can and can't attack it. Over here in America City, Quebec and Faziland have had a deal with each other. Faziland is going to gain a little bit of territory from this and also lose some. Faziland gains just this, but that's enough for them to set up huge military bases there. Well, Quebec regains all of this. But now they're also on friendly terms. Are they full allies? No. But Quebec is grateful. So I'm pretty sure this line was a remnant of something that is in the past. Let's get rid of that line. Maybe it was a county line for this time being, but there we go. And just like that, Faziland, Texas, and Julian will be attacking America City. Julian has a bit of a problem, though, because they've got to get him there by water. Whereas Faziland already did that, so Julian is going to only have 18, or at least they're going to have a -2. Faziland rolls with a 20. They roll a 1. Texas rolls with their 6. They roll a 5. Julian rolls with their 20. They roll a 16, but there's a -2. It would let me do 2. Alright, I can calculate that though. It's 14. And America City has a 20. Rolls on 11. Is this the end for America City? Certainly not. But Julian will be taking not only this, but they will also be taking significantly more. This is all part of Julian. Now, Quebec knew this was coming. Quebec is prepared for any attacks Julian may have in store for them. Now, Faziland gains a significant amount of land. That much land, to be precise. Boom. This is all part of Faziland. And at this point, Quebec is also kind of wondering if they made the right decision. But they know that they're on friendly terms with Faziland, and surely they won't attack them. Down in Texas. Texas doesn't ask for much. Texas gets what Texas wants, though. We all know what Texas wants. A better border than that. Damn it. That's the Texas. No, that's not quite the Texas I want. That's the Texas I want. And that's the Texas that Texas will get. And just like that, Texas has brought back its glory from however many years ago it was now. I don't know what year we're in anymore. But now Texas has regained that. Faziland has that. Julian has that. America City is not quite as strong as it used to be. Now on another front. Run. Run is the next area that will attack. Now there's Azerbaijan and Stanhampton Union here. But Carl Wieser is also going to try and occupy a bit of Jimmy's mom. Now for this, all Carl Wieser needs to roll is at least 2 above whatever Jimmy's mom rolls. They're both rolling d20s. Jimmy's mom rolls a 20. It's not possible. Carl Wieser doesn't do that. Does Jimmy's mom fight back yet? No. Because they need to focus over here. Now, Jimmy's mom is supporting Run with this, which is scary. Then there's Azerbaijan plus Stan Union. Azerbaijan has an 8 Stan Union has a 20. Let's just roll it. And it rolls a 21. Both Run and Jimmy's mom have D20s. How will this front go? Not too bad, but they do get a 23. What does this mean for them? Azerbaijan is now a puppet state. Not good for them to see. This also means that Azerbaijan will not be taking place in any of the future wars for that side, but instead for the other. Now, up next is the most... well, actually, we'll say that for last. Best for last. Batman Glass versus Batman Glass 2. There won't be much aid over here. They're just fighting to fight it. They both have 20s. Batman Glass rolls a 19. Batman Glass 2, hoping to roll better than that, also rolls a 19. Nothing happens. Now on to Mongolia. Mongolia is in a peculiar situation. Let Carl roll. Let Carl have it. Carl already rolled. Carl already rolled to try and get into there. They had to occupy some of Jimmy's mom in order to get down there. Jimmy's mom wasn't just going to let that happen. But now on to Mongolia. Jimmy's mom will be joining into this fight as well as Run. And it's Stan Union plus A Mongolia. Now this is a multi-parter because after this their sights are going to turn to Jimmy's mom. But Jimmy's mom and A Mongolia as well as Run all roll together. They all have 20s. Together they roll a 49. Stanton Union and A Mongolia together only roll a 23. Mongolia. A Mongolia never wanted to see this happen. Not once, not ever. But it is. Their worst nightmare is becoming a reality. Mongolia has now taken this amount of territory. This is horrible. This also means that A Mongolia is knocked down to 20 minus 2. They'll have a minus 2 modifier on the next battle. Not something that you want to see. Not something that you want to see at all. But this is war. You don't always see what you want to see. And with that, Mongolia taking back some of A Mongolia. And now, I should probably change this as well. Mongolia is now an even bigger force. A much bigger force than it once was. Can we get even bigger? I believe that we can. Now there's Mongolia. And now the front is on Jimmy's mom. A Mongolia now in not too good of a position. But the Union here is likely still stronger. Because now, here is where Jimmy's mom could take a turn for the worse. Where the war could switch directions. Because there's a lot of power that's going to be coming down on Jimmy's mom right now. Jimmy's mom is also getting aid from Azerbaijan, Run, and Mongolia. Now, what does this look like? Well, I'll tell you what. Jimmy's mom rolls a 20. Mongolia rolls a 20. Run rolls a 20. And Azerbaijan rolls their 8. Together, they only offer up a 23. 5. What does this look like? This looks bad, really bad for the blue, because now is when the power gets laid on. A Mongolia rolls a 20. Stanton Union rolls their 20. Carl Weiser rolls their 12. Jimmy Neutron rolls their 12. Siddish Lithuania rolls their 12. And Turnia rolls their 10. Minus the 2 from A Mongolia, their force is 45. Jimmy's mom falls. Jimmy's mom is no more. The country is now gone. And now the war will still rage on. But the rest, they're not looking good. And I'm sure if there's another big problem here, there's another big amount that's taken, I'm sure that this will likely be the end of it. Let me see here. That's the... Actually, I don't like that line. I like this line. There we go. There's that for that. Carl Weiser's going to be taking all of this. Jimmy Neutron is going to be taking another significant portion. Siddish Lithuania is also going to be taking a lot. Internia takes all of that. And now Stanton Union is just going to become a tall, tall country. Breaking Jimmy's mom up into many, many sections. Now the question stands, will something like this hold? We don't know. We don't know if something like this will continue to exist for longer, but look at all that big and beautiful orange. This orange has fought hard to exist. And here it is. Here's the orange that you've been waiting for. Jimmy's mom is now gone. And now maybe a new era can begin. Without the oppression that Jimmy's mom brought to the table. And now with this, there will be some other changes that happen before we go back to the war. Because believe me, the war is nowhere near over. And who knows, Jimmy's mom could be reestablished in some way. All depending on how the blue still goes, but I should make mark of this. Jimmy's mom is out. Now the Stan Union. Oh, the Stan Union is just ridiculously big. Some great gains from the Stan Union. They actually contributed the most to the points at the end. Rolling a full 18. (18 of the 45 points used to take down Jimmy's mom. So of course they're getting a lot with this. A Mongolia only rolled a 4, but I mean, this is where they want to take their land. So this is what they will take. And the new world looks like such. I won't be relabeling anything yet. But let's take a moment to take in its magnificent glory, as said best from our chat member. America City is falling. Jimmy's mom has fallen. And I'd bet Azerbaijan, Run, Mongolia, and probably Batman Glass are soon to follow. Or at the very least, they'll make treaties. They'll make treaties and end it all. But not yet. A Mongolia wants to take back its homeland. You have to remember at the very beginning of it all, A Mongolia A Mongolia started right here, and A Mongolia wants that back. So now both Stanhamton Union and A Mongolia are going to be doing a full press-in on Mongolia. Mongolia is going to be supported by Run. Carl Wieser and Jimmy Neutron are also going to be supporting A Mongolia in this. And now, let's see. Run and Mongolia together, rolling 2 d20s, roll a 36. Impressive. But now A Mongolia rolling a 20. Stanhamton Union rolling a 20. Carl Wieser rolling a 12. Remember, they haven't quite built up their army yet. Jimmy Neutron rolling a 12. A 31. I believe, if I'm right, that was a 36. This is not going. This is not going as they wanted. Now, Mongolia doesn't like being landlocked, so what will it take with this victory? Mongolia will be reaching out to the sea and will be taking this amount of land. Splitting A Mongolia in two, which is not something you ever want to see as a country. You never want to see your country split in two politically. And you never want to see it actually split in two as far as the borders are considered. But it has happened. It has happened, and now A Mongolia is even weaker. A Mongolia is now a -3. You may be wondering how they didn't just crush Mongolia there. And it's all a question of forces, right? Stanhamton Union and A Mongolia are huge countries, but there's not a lot in them right now. There's not a lot in them. So now, it's time to turn our attention back to America City, which will once again be attacked by the 3 countries that are roughly around it. Julian again with a -2 on what they have to offer. And this time America City's not getting any support. Sorry, but that's just the way that the war worked out. They actually used air traffic to reinforce that one. So, Faziland, Texas, and Julian versus America City. I don't feel like this is going to go well for America City. America City is not getting reinforcement from its allies. So America City rolls their 20 and rolls an 11. Faziland has a 20, Julian has a 20, and Texas has a 6. They all roll them together. 26. America City is no more. Taken piece by piece here, dismantling the Blue Alliance. The Blue Powers, if you will. Not so powerful anymore. Not so powerful anymore. Alright. So Texas is going to be reaching up and regaining their former glory. Texas in its actual whole as it was meant to be. And that's the Texas we now have. Look at that thing. Beautiful. That is the Texas that Texas always wanted to Texas. Now everything is big in Texas instead of small. Julian will be taking everything. Everything on the west of the Mississippi River. Let me find that river real quick. I actually have some sort of consistency here. All right. So with this, Faziland will be taking that. Or not Faziland. This is Julian. This is what Julian will take with this. Meaning Faziland gets everything else. And now with that, America City's down. And the power has definitely shifted. Shifted significantly. And now our attention shifts back down to Batman Glass 2 versus Batman Glass. Just 2 D20s. Just 2 D20s. Oh, and I did think of bringing that up. I forgot to mention, Faziland is now back in the original Faziland. Quebec is scared. Quebec didn't quite realize what happened, but they're hoping to keep the peace. Batman Glass 2 versus Batman Glass. 2 D20s. Batman Glass 2 rolls a 5. Batman Glass rolls an 8. And with that, not a lot changes. The war is still waging and raging, even. This tip is taken. Territory is changing just a bit, but not too significantly. Our attention shifts back upward, back towards a much greater Mongolia than we were used to. Still backed by Run, because Run is also going to be fighting here. Run is going to be trying to invade into the Stanhamton Union. In fact, that is what Mongolia's current play is. Mongolia and Run are going to be both invading the Stanhamton Union, which is not a good idea, because everything's connected to the Stanhamton Union. It will be getting reinforcements from Carl Weiser, from Jimmy Neutron, from Siddish, Lithuania, from Turnia, and from A Mongolia. Let's see how this goes. Azerbaijan's also joining in. Mongolia, Run, and Azerbaijan's 8. Together they roll a 17. 1-7. Let's write that down. 1-7. 17. What will everyone else do? A Mongolia, of course, has a -3 under their belt. But what will be happening? I'll tell you what will happen. A Mongolia rolls a 20. Stanhamton Union rolls a 20. Carl Weiser, Jimmy Neutron, and Siddish Lithuania all roll 12s, and Turnia rolls their 10. It's a 51. Both Run and Mongolia are fully gone, as well as Azerbaijan. And Batman Glass is considering signing a peace treaty and giving Batman Glass 2 its original land back. And then who knows what will happen from there. Because alliances can break down. And with all of the huge alliances that have happened, I'm certain they're not going to last. Especially now as one alliance covers most of the world. Alliances break down. Kingdoms fall. Carl Weiser taking more to the south. This is incorporated into Carl Weiser. Kuwait never colored. I guess I'll color Kuwait real quick. Boom. Alright. Now, you may be wondering what's going to happen with Run. Well, Stanhamton Union will be taking some of it, of course. But there will be a section of it for Iran, actually just ran now, to come back. And now Ran is back. Stand-Up-to Union gets all of that. And A Mongolia eats up all of this. Now let's color it accordingly. I don't think this will last for long. That's just my personal opinion. But this is beautiful. This is great to see. This is exactly what the orange wanted. And now with the peace talks in Batman Glass, they're just working it out right now. It's going to be called the Treaty of Perth 2. It's not because it's the second treaty that's happened in Perth, but it's in the second version of Perth. So now all of the underdogs have risen up, as you've said, as our favorite chat member has said. My personal favorite chat member. And would you look at these big, beautiful countries. Now, will a country like this last long? Certainly not. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? No. No, this is not going to last. There will be some collapsing that will happen. Things will break down. Civil wars will start. A Mongolia. Where should I put A Mongolia's glorious name? That's probably fine right there. Actually, I'll just remake it, actually. Let's get this name nice and big. Not quite what I wanted, but we're getting close. A Mongolia now controls all of that. The Stand-Up-to Union, one of the longest surviving names as far as just being placed there, which I'm just going to rename the Stan Union, because it's what they are, really. They're the Stan Union. We're going to be re-established. Their name's going to go down here now. Another literally big name country. Rand's back. Carl Weiser is big. Jimmy Neutron is big. Carl Weiser can keep its name. Actually, let's rename all of these. All of these big victorious countries, they all need their names to be bigger. Let's put them right in there. Give me just a moment here. I need to actually do something real quick. Fun fact, I'm currently not pissing. Just need to restart the music here. And I'm thinking that once we got all of this figured out here, I'm probably going to call it a night. Probably going to call it at least a stream. So there's been a lot that's happened this stream. This has been a very, very eventful stream. And I'm a bit tired from it. But now Jimmy Neutron. It's very powerful, very big. Siddish Lithuania is going to be a hard place to find a name for, actually, but we'll do it. We'll do it. Even if it's at an angle, you know. Let's make that a little smaller. Just have to find a good place to put this name. His name's big, but we can't compromise the name for just putting it on a map, you know. Names are important. Eternia. Eternia gets their name much bigger too. Boom, Eternia. Now, down here. The Treaty of Perth 2 has been signed. And what does this treaty entail? Well, I'll tell you. So it entails not only Batman Glass 2 has gained this, but Batman Glass loses a little bit of land as well. Batman Glass will end up losing all of that. All of it. Significant loss. A loss of a lot of coastline too, which is very important. Now this is our reality. Batman Glass 2 will now get its name in a different spot. And bigger. Let's make this nice and big. Batman Glass 2 has re-earned back their island. And now Batman Glass is no longer part of any alliance, because all of the rest of the alliance is gone. And would you look at that, it's beautiful. That blue alliance is now gone. Only time can tell what will happen, though. Only time can tell. I feel like Julian needs their name moved. Because Julian's much more than just this little island now. This little island that 100% belongs in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Julian is now here. He found some land. Speaking of land, Faziland has had some more talks with Quebec. Quebec is fearful of what Faziland may do, but they're willing to do another little land trade in favor of a straight line border. In favor of another straight line border. They seem to like their straight lines there. But a new border will go straight from here to there. Pretty straight line. And they will gain this here. Another pretty decently straight line. Right. A simple exchange of land. It's done very peacefully. Exactly what both of these nations would like to see. Especially after a major world war. Quebec is just happy they didn't get involved in any conflict directly, especially since a lot of the major fighting was so close to home for Quebec. But the fighting is now over. The soldiers are now returning back to home. And now just like that, look at those borders. And now they're settled. And Batman Glass 2 is getting a new name. One of the final things for the night. New name, Spider-Man Cup. A deserved name. And now, one last fight, at least for now, between Land and Green. They saw the fighting going on, and it reminded them of their little conflict here. So, conflict they will have. Land, again, both equal. Both equals. Both rolled a d20. Land's d20 will get them a 9. And Green's d20 will get them a 3. Land, again, pushing back the green borders to a place that they once were. Just like that. And just like that, that is the end of the stream. Now we will fix this up a little bit. Some major alliances this stream, but how long will they last? I mean, the Athens coalition is an interesting one. A one to watch, for certain. One to watch, for certain. It's strange to see all of these countries united again, but they were all united for that case of the World War. How will this play out as their differences begin to show up more? Let's take a quick look at what has happened around the world. What? Oh, okay, cool. Here on this side, Bigger Goomba didn't make any sort of resurgence, and that's seeming unlikely. Quebec has held strong, not really changed all too much. A little bit of trading with Faziland. A little bit of trading as far as land is concerned, and, products. Both Quebec and Faziland are friendly with each other. Speaking of Faziland, they have gained a lot of territory down south. Down where the previous America City was. Texas has gained their independence and has taken back their former land. And Julian has left their island and is starting what might become an even bigger conflict. Down here in Central America and in Mexico, the Mexican wars have continued to rage on. Their civil war has now been seeing a collapse, maybe back into a one single country. But Mexico's gone. So is Yucatan. Baja was gone a long time ago, leaving now only Chihuahua and me. Down here, not a lot of changes. Honduras has changed their name to Honda Civic. No changes here in the Caribbean. Going now to South America, or actually now South... It's Southwest Africa? It's South America. Not a whole lot has changed here. Not a whole lot, really, except for... Oh, Argentina's real big. Argentina completely took over human today. And what is happening here? This confuses me, and I don't like it, so I'm going to fix it. I'm going to say that this is just that. Does another country actually own that in real life? Why do they have that? So they can get to Antarctica? What's in Antarctica? I have to check this now. Is that a real thing? Oh, it's more Argentina. Well, I don't care enough about that. That's really strange, though. That's Argentina? Are you kidding me? Is it actually Argentina, though? It is. It's actually Argentina. That's super strange. Whatever. It's now part of cold. They'll have to deal with that. In Africa, not a whole lot has happened. They stayed out of yet another global conflict, which is nice. Ghana got bigger. And that's it, I think. Oh, also, the Western Sahara got conquered by the New British Empire, which otherwise didn't do a whole lot this session. Cheeseland and Hamburger have united into Cheeseburger. A big alliance here in the Balkans, and even further up into Central Europe. including Austria, Slovenia, Just Eat, Rome 1.5, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Bulgaria, Albania, North Macedonia, and Greece. By the way, Croatia should have a label. Don't know why it doesn't. Let's get that on there. That says Croatia. Yes, my favorite race of people, the Korats. Alright, so again, here is Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Just Eat, Bosnia, Serbia, Rome 1.5, Bulgaria, North Macedonia, Albania, and Greece. We have been calling this the Athens Coalition. And in Eastern Europe, going into Asia, which now the line is even blurrier than ever because it's all just 4 big nations. Karl Wieser, which is also stretching down into the Middle East. Jimmy Neutron, Swedish Lithuania, and Turnia. Once again, Nordic countries haven't had a whole lot happen. Except for up here, where Greg and Ori have reunited into Gregory and Ori. And Land and Green, of course, having their conflict. Asia is where the most has happened today. We have completely seen a whole bunch of countries disappear. Of course, there was a civil war in Iran to split the country into I and Ran, which turned into just a full revolution, turning it into Run, actually. And then Run got liberated from the Orange Gang, I don't know, into Ran. Speaking of the Orange Gang, Stan Yunan and A Mongolia are the 2 global powers without a doubt right now. At least as far as landmass is concerned. 2 very big countries. They have taken over Jimmy's mom and Mongolia. Not a whole lot has happened here in Southeast Asia. Except for down here, now in Oceania or Australia. Batman Glass and Spider-Man Cup made bitter rivals of each other, but they're talking peacefully. They signed an agreement so that the war is no longer happening. And then some fighting between Kenya and Japan has been happening too. Kenya taking Japan's northern island, leaving Nintendo just out floating in the ocean. So, this is the map of our world as it stands today. How will it stand this time next week? I don't know. Because I'll probably have another live stream. In fact, probably on a Saturday. Saturday seems like a solid day to have another live stream. So we will. So there will be another live stream on Saturday. Check in. Whenever that will be. I don't know. We'll find out then. But thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this wonderful stream. Yet another good one. I think I've found my niche. Plus, I don't have to worry with how bad my computer is. But what do you think will happen next? What could possibly happen next? I think that the next session we see will be a whole bunch of civil wars. And a whole bunch of breaking apart and independence referendums everywhere. Everywhere. There'll be nothing but new countries left and right. What they will be called, I don't know. But without a doubt, whatever happens, this is a world for chat to decide what happens. They get the ultimate say in what will happen. Obviously, Paul is still a major player. Never know what Paul's doing. But this is it for now. As per usual, you'll find the map of the world posted somewhere in the Discord server. Probably in the thing that says map. For those of you who aren't in the Discord server, if you are even watching, L plus radio. So that's that. that's that. We'll have to see how this will continue. But for now, thank you for watching.